Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
We said something about former workers living out in...
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Jobson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Okay.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
Yeah.
Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
I'll find it.
Appreciate it.
Not
Honest.
the other one.
I'll tell you what I can. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Personable.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
Let's change.
What is it?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I'm still gonna deliver it. That must be Stefan.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
Told about one of your numbers.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Can you tell me a little bit about her?
Zoe was always obsessed with this cereal. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What's that?
You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Corporate fixer. Oh.
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer.
Ooh.
I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
What happened on the day of
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found.
Was she acting
Can't
strange?
say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Yeah.
Hey, I got time.
Yeah.
I'll help if I can.
No, I ain't got any more
Hey,
questions.
I got time.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
What was that? Some workers' stuff? A lightweight beanie? Makeshift low pressure. I've got negotiators stuff on as well. I'm gonna sell the junk anyway. Look at all those monies I've got. Yeah, please. Let's have a look, see what I've got that I don't really need. $12, $13, $9. Let's give him $6. I think a house is next door, isn't it? Yeah. What's this? So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. This is page 12. No more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, but because I've always hated the cannery and I don't think I ever have to look back this journey many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Valor once, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Okay, I got sick. I grabbed a little too much adrenatine. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Oh, it happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps. Oh, but you misappropriate 1 box of adrenatine. You were committing larceny. Where's another piece? Page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the murder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills. Helps by the light of battle fires, probably mounted to their enemies on spikes as warnings to folks like me. Living on a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organised. I've been tucking away some Adelaide's food. Spare cans of salt tuna. In a couple of weeks if I ration. Some loads of adrenatine. Even marauders, right? The odds is let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of adrenatine before their eyes. Great, look out, Terror 2. Bandit Queen Zero's origin story. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Even score some rezos. This place is chickens. I'm happy. Chicken. Well, is that the place that blew up earlier? Is definitely the place that blew up earlier. Oh shoot. Zoe is probably dead. Well, she was probably dead before I even got here. Let's vote for that. Oh, wait, no. What the hell? They're still alive.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You're Zoe.
What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them.
Hmm?
You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold.
Thank you.
If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need to...
I'm great at clarifying.
Okay. Why did
I got
you...
kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself.
Right.
I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself.
Hmm.
Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Hmm. You're not a prisoner here, right?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
I am impressed.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
I think it has everything to do with it.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Since found you-
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Okay. Persuade. You should know. People are worried.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans.
Well, they're dead.
I'll
so-
take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Hmm. Take it. Yeah, we did well. Leveled up. Armor rating. Let's power and sweep attacks, nice. Anything else close? There you go, that'll do. Yay! Location hits now. My thingy attacks have gone up, nice. Alright. Need 5 of these, huh? I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Nope. I think we did alright there. I already killed everybody that was here. That went well, didn't it? And good. Anyone else are already dead. I just helped. I'm getting to a rock. But yeah, level 6. Nice. 4 hours. And cool labs. Hey,
What is it?
you know what it is.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Yeah.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Okay. I'll leave you be for now. What am I doing now? Okay. Oh, hello. This is actually a really nice place.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
What now?
Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Nice to meet you.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often.
What?
Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew
Tobaccorn
it
tea.
in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Looks like
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
that helped. Why did
It
you
is an
leave?
unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I didn't. Yeah.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
That's true.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps.
I have.
Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
What do you have against me? What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
I think Reed's just trying to spite you.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Where are we headed?
Right. Huh. Made the eternal. I've been 2 days since I walked away from life as the Edgewater Cannery. Obscurely, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly the soil sour. I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Out of having tasted of time longer in my tongue day in day out, I want the growth in the earth. Oh, we found another worker from Edgewater, ex-worker now. The rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style has always been tyrannical. Imagine an exodus was brewing. The workers was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. Local poets, physically, spiritually, he's one. However, I repurposed this botanical garden of its original concept as a gear in the soulless automation of the corporate machine. It may look impressive, but like all Space's choice products, unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This shall become a nursery before it was abandoned. But the failed to produce a single viable crop, the soil being too poor. By the way, it made the eternal smile upon endeavours. Experiment note last century. Flora are living things as their environment as a breathing, thinking body. Intended that the crops in this region failed because of corporate science tending to them are not cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of sterile and power. One cannot expect a flush of green and reach the sky under these conditions. True, I don't know quite how to explain that. Politicians will say something about biology. I'm cycle, but I conclude after months of The secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion. True versatile is a person of organic materials. I just find it weird that I found those gold teeth here.
Yeah, huh?
There's gold teeth in that bugging me. Where is she?
Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah. Might sound strange, but I don't know where I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
Not the answer I was expecting, but it still cheered me up.
Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings sickness upon the whole body. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. That sounds like fever talk, all right. So why am I tempted to believe you? Where did you say you were from?
I didn't. Sorry.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me. Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
Sure.
Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore.
Yeah,
Now
folklore.
I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
Talk about
I'm
something.
listening. Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight?
This is not paperweight. Got something you tune?
Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all.
Really?
I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him?
He died.
I did nothing wrong. The teeth were harvested from a body that went cold long before my tools ever touched it. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it. I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill. The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember.
Found a way to go. We found a way to.
All I did was follow nature's own way. Death is essential to life. When the spirit leaves the body, the body returns to the earth from whence it came. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
You've been quiet, Parvati.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton. Whatever you say, my dear.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, that's definitely with more questions than answers.